What's up everyone, this is SliferKing here, and today you join me for another one of my Gaming Wheel episodes, where you join me in another game which I've been very excited to play for 2020. It is Flight Simulator, specifically Microsoft Flight Simulator. So, I've had a couple of test runs with this game, and yes, it's, well, I'm not gonna lie, it's one of the best looking games I've ever played. I've also flown over a couple of areas which I know personally, and yeah, the route, the roads and the building layer is just about spot on. Now, the map they used was, I think, from 2016, so one or two buildings aren't quite there at the moment. Like my actual real life house is actually currently not built on this map, but the developers say they will do updates. But yeah, we'll see. But for this video, I'm just going to go over, I'm going to fly over some of my favourite places that I've ever visited on the planet. So, just before I get into that, yes, this game features a wide variety of airports from the big, such as the like the star airports. Then you got the big airports, and then as you zoom in. You've eventually got your little tiny airfields. So I think the developers said there's about 35,000 airports you can land out of this game. And if you look at the amount in the UK alone, yeah, that's quite a lot. But for this video, I'm not actually going to fly in the UK. I'm actually going to start over in the West in America. Now, as you can see, that's the actual time I'm currently recording this video. Well, it's actually 1 minute past 10, so it's actually 1 minute out of sync. But for the purpose of this video, I'm going to accelerate time so we can actually go for sunrise, because for this video I'm going to be going specifically in two places. The first one being San Francisco. So the best airport for this job will be let's go San Rafael, or yeah, actually, yeah, let's go with San Rafael. So let's go runway 4, says departure, and let's go with Metropolis International as our arrival. Right, the plane I'm going to be using, by the way, for this is going to be a Beechcraft Bonanza G360. So this is I believe it's a propeller plane. Yeah, it's a propeller plane. So yeah. So let's get into it. Now I will admit one thing about this game actually. Yeah, I'd say probably the biggest downside so far with this game is the fact that even on my PC, which runs 2080 Nvidia graphics card and like pretty decent processing, the load times are very long, even when loading into the game. So it takes like generally 5 minutes just to fire up the game sometimes. So yes, just be aware of that. If you buy this game, you will need to be aware of long load times. But other than that, and like 1 or 2 buildings missing, so far I can't really fault this game. Now, one other piece of strong advice: always use some kind of controller. Like I'm using my PS4 controller. Probably could use a clean, actually, I have to admit. Or of course use an actual joystick, like a flight joystick, because trying to fly this plane with just a keyboard, yeah, I don't think it's actually doable. I think this is actually one game where you do need a keyboard and a controller, both to fly. The keyboard, like for the cameras and shortcuts, and the controller just to actually use like the Joy-Cons, the rudders, flaps, things like that. I don't know if you can actually. Sorry, I'll raise it. So yeah, rudder, flaps, accelerate, decelerate. So this is the runway we're going to be taking off. It's a beautiful day, so switch to the outside camera. Disengage parking brake. And off we go. So I chose this airplane because its takeoff speed is not as high as some of the others, so that will help with shorter runways. A bit too early on the takeoff, I have to admit. Alright, so gently steer the rod up. Can also adjust the trim as well. Right, so I'm going to fly. Just going to adjust the trim a little bit. There we go. So now we've got a gradual climb. I'm just going to turn gently to the right and head towards San Francisco. This is actually the first time I've flown in sunrise conditions, so... Right, so San Francisco, I believe, is this way. Blimey, I can hear the wind quite a bit. I think that's just about right. Now, for the purpose of this video, I probably won't be landing at our destination. I chose the destination so it gives me a good idea of the route to take. And already, I think I can see possibly the Bay Bridge. Hold on. Oh, that's funny. I can actually hear a real aeroplane outside my window. Right, so I'm going to lower the trim a bit so we level out. Now, I do recommend that you actually do the training missions first before you get in an airplane because, yeah, it can be a little complicated. Yeah, it can be a little complicated to fly these planes sometimes. Right, let's have a look at the VR map. So San Francisco, I believe, is it's there. So okay, I'm a little further away than I thought. At least we get a good build up to it, that's the thing. But yeah, just having a look at the general scenery, I mean, it's like I said, this is possibly one of the best looking games I've ever played. Oh yeah, I should mention my specifications. I'm running this game on ultra settings. I'm not sure whether there's any settings higher, but yeah, that's what I'm running. Yeah, I can actually... So, if I look just ahead, so if I straighten out the plane a little bit. There we go. So, I think I'm heading directly for San Francisco now. So, I think I can just about make out the Golden Gate Bridge. Now San Francisco, I actually got to visit back in 2016. So, just over 4 years ago now. And... I can definitely remember the weather, that's for sure, because of the bay, San Francisco has like localized weather. So like one of the more memorable things I remember was crossing the Golden Gate Bridge, getting to the side we're on now, and looking back at San Francisco like I was in baking sunlight, and San Francisco was just covered in cloud. I actually remember that quite well. Of course, San Francisco has other landmarks. Of course, it has Pier 39, which has one of the best views from a restaurant I've ever been to. It also has Alcatraz, of course. Bay Bridge. It's also got some parks. It's got the 49ers, I think, stadium. I can't remember the actual name of the stadium. By the way, if you can hear the wind quite well, that's because, for the purpose of this video, I have turned down some certain settings, including engine noise and things like that. So yeah, we're now coming up to San Francisco. And there you see the Golden Gate Bridge. Never gets old seeing that. Maybe one day I'll go back to San Francisco. Let's see if I can lower the plane a bit. Yes, I know the airspeed is a bit high. I'm aware of that. So if you're not aware of how they created this game, so basically they use satellite data in conjunction with also building some manual stuff like downtown San Francisco. I believe they crafted that manually. Obviously the bridges, Alcatraz, but some of the other stuff they use generic buildings to like space out areas. But some of the areas like train stations, one or two of them do look flat. So it should be coming up to the car park. I saw the view, which is there. Just next to the Golden Gate Bridge, you'll see like a car park. So that's where I saw the view, like I was in the sunshine and San Francisco was in cloud. Yeah, there it is. Just on the right wingtip. So this is the Golden Gate Bridge, and I think that deserves a screenshot. There we go. Right, so just flying alongside the Golden Gate Bridge. There we go. I think that's enough screenshots. So now we'll go along. Now we'll go along to San Francisco itself. I can't quite remember the exact location I stayed in. Oh yeah, need to fly over Alcatraz as well, of course. So yeah, like I said, some of the areas do look a bit flat. I mean, that one of those red buildings down there looks a little bit flat. Is it crashing? Okay. Yeah, just I will say actually I did test out San Francisco before. It did, just to say, it did that last time. So when I got near downtown, it did create a lot of irregular frames. So just be aware that if you have it on Ultra and use satellite streaming data like I am, some of the areas they will, yeah, they will do a bit of unstable performance. So here is Alcatraz, one of the world's most infamous prisons. Had some of the most notorious gang leaders in the world, I believe. And now let's go to downtown San Francisco itself. And there's the Bay Bridge, which crosses over, well, as the name says, the bay. I believe that's Pier 39, just where my right wingtip is. So I think that's Pier 30. Oh wait, no, sorry. Pier 39 is where my right wingtip is now. Yeah, I think it's there. One of the more famous piers in the world. And like I said, if you want a restaurant with view, yes, I'd say go there. If it's still open, Bubba Gump's. Yeah, the Bubba Gump restaurant. The view is amazing from there. So, going through some of the landmarks. So we have this random tower at the top. I can't remember what exactly it's called at this point, but yeah, it's visible across most of the city. Then we of course have downtown, including the famous pyramid-like building. Like I said, it has been over 4 years, so I can't remember every building. Yeah, I can't remember every building. I wonder where the stadium is. The 49ers. I think it's on the outskirts, if I'm correct. So that's the industrial area. We don't want to go that way. Oh, there's City Hall. There's the park just down that way. Another view of the Golden Gate Bridge. See, I can't quite remember where the football stadium is, so I do apologise about that. It's possible that it is somewhere amongst these buildings, but I just can't spot it immediately. Or it's one of the unmodelled buildings. That's also a possibility as well. One of the hills above San Francisco. I'm just going to wrap up the San Francisco bit by just flying over the park. And I believe that might be the university's football ground, I think, over there. Because I think in this park is also like is it horticultural? No, not horticultural. What do you call those places which specialise in like plants? Horticulture. I think that might be it. So yeah, that's the park. Yeah, I do remember walking through a lot of these. I think that's the actual building there. Yeah, that might be it. So yeah, San Francisco is, like I said, it's generally a really nice place to go. When I went to the US for the first time, it was actually my #1. It was the place I wanted to visit the most. Our holiday also included Los Angeles, San Diego, and Las Vegas. Although Las Vegas, it took a few days for me to get used to, I probably would go back there as well. So, I'm just going to fly back north over the Golden Gate Bridge, and then I will probably cut the video and go to our next destination, which is one that means a lot to me because it was one that I wanted to visit for many years, and last year I actually finally got the opportunity. So, like I said, oh yeah, one other place I visited was Meal Woods. It's in that direction somewhere in the mountains. I remember going there on September the 11th, so that was a bit of a, I guess you could say, a bit of a unique occasion. Let's see if I can fly as close to the Golden Gate as possible.
500.
Mainly for screenshots, but I mean, do you blame me? It's the Golden Gate. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is quit out of the game. So, well, quit out of this, and then fly to our other location. So we've been going about 18 or so minutes. Luckily, this one won't take as long, but I've not flown Flight Simulator from this location before. I've been saving it deliberately for this occasion. It is, of course, Venice. So Venice has two airports. It has the main one, Marco Polo, which is the one I actually flew out of. Contains 2 runways. But for the purpose of this, I actually want to take off from this one. Just out of curiosity, see what it looks like. Alright, I'm not going to set a destination. So this is one I've generally been saving for this video. I should mention that I'm filming this pretty much at the start of September, so like I said, if anything's changed with updates, then it's possible. But so yeah, it was about a year ago I was in Venice, so I've been looking forward to flying over this one for a fair bit. And of course, just to say, if you want to get your hands on Microsoft Flight Simulator, then check out Xbox Game Pass, because it contains the base version of Flight Simulator, but it also contains great games such as Forza Horizon 4, Minecraft Dungeons, The Outer Worlds is also on there at the time of this video. Ori and the Wisp, I think, is also on there. Yeah, so it's definitely a good deal, especially if you get a discount in your first month. So yeah, I would recommend Game Pass. It's allowed me to try out a couple games which I've been interested in trying out, but never got the chance. So it's a grass runway, it looks like. I've been looking forward to this for quite a long time. Now, this is one advantage with this plane. is because it's a propeller plane, it only needs a certain amount of speed, which is handy on the grass runway. So we're taking off from San Nicolo. I want to make sure I get decent speed this time, unlike last time. A bit more gentle with the climb than last time too. So this island, I can't remember the name of it, but this is the outer island of Venice. What's annoying is I've visited pretty much all of these airports. Oh, that reminds me, there's one island I've got to find in particular. So this island is quite popular because this is an actual beach and technically the outskirts of Venice. Alright, so let's go a little bit inwards and actually go to the city of Venezia. Or, well, Venice. And there it is. So, this shouldn't take as long, I'd imagine, as the previous, as San Francisco, because A, we're here, and B, it's a smaller area. But I immediately can spot one of the main features. Welcome to San Marcos Square. So yeah, that's San Marcos Square, the Basilica and the Tower. Let's see if I can find the Rialto Bridge. Oh, first, oh, they actually properly modelled the train station. That's nice. So, yeah, when I came to Venice, it was using the train from Roma. So yeah, they actually modelled the train station, which, in fairness, not many of them are properly modelled, so that's nice. This is the newer area of Venice. So this is basically, well, the youngest area, I should say. So this is like the cruise ship dock. Yeah, this is where the cruise ships. This is where they're dock. That looks like, yeah, I think that might be the tram line. So yeah, I'm gonna see if I can find the Rialto Bridge. Now the buildings, I admit, then like they are, some of them are. Oh. Ah, there it is. There's the I've spotted the Rialto. One of the most famous bridges in the world. There it is. So this is a bit of a blink and you'll miss it. And there it is. So now we're going to have a look at some of the other islands. This is the glassmaker. What is the name of the island? It's really going to bug me. So this is the glass making island, I believe. Yeah, I can't. What's annoying is I might put a caption actually what these islands are. But where is the Fisherman's Village Island? I really want to find that island. I think it might be further to the west, potentially. It's not a huge island, but it's definitely one of significance because it's the fishermen's. It's the island where the fishermen lived. Oh, one of the universities, that right? So let's go. Ah, that looks like. Actually, I will make one deviation. So this looks like to me what they're building, a sea defence. So like I said, this map was based on 2016, I believe. So at the time, at the time of recording this video, they are still building a huge sea defense project to try and protect the city of Venice. Oh, is that it? That might be the Fisherman's Village Island. Let's have a look. One of the more unusual features about this island is it's actually got a wonky tower like the Leaning Tower of Pisa, except it's not supposed to be like that. It's actually I think a slowly collapsing building. Burano, that's it. Burano. Yeah, okay, I finally got the name. So I couldn't remember what the Glassmaker Island was, but I did remember what the Fisherman's Island was. So I believe this is Burano, I think. Like I said, there are a lot of little islands around Venice. Is this Burano? If it is, that's not right. Right, okay, I think that is the island of Burano. Sadly, it looks like the fisherman's village is not there. That's a little bit of a shame. But yeah, as you can see with Venice, it's not just the actual main island itself. You've also got tons and tons of little islands. Voice went a bit there. You've also got tons of little islands too. And of course, you can visit some of these islands using water taxis. But yeah, like I said, well, actually, no, I didn't say this. If there's one place I would absolutely recommend that you must check out in your lifetime, it has to be Venice. Venice, for me, is one of the most unique places I've ever visited on the planet. And yeah, I think it's one place that you absolutely have to visit in your lifetime. Now, obviously, due to the year known as 2020, that might be a bit difficult at the moment. But in fairness, that is one advantage that this game gives. Yes, okay, not everywhere is accurately modelled, like such as the building. Sorry, like I would have loved to show you the actual island of Burano. It was arguably the place I wanted to visit the most actually in Venice, mainly because of what it looked like. But yes, that's one reason the game came past, is because just like Animal Crossing did earlier this year, this game kind of gives you a bit of escapism. So like, you can go fly over some of the places that you dream to visit, such as, for me, like I want to visit New York sometime in the future, maybe go back to Italy, places like that. But yeah, Flight Simulator, it gives you enough detail and choice that you can go to many places in the world and visit them. Also gives you the opportunity to go to places that you can't go, such as like the Alps or the Himalayas, or yeah, the North and South Poles. So yeah, it gives you a good amount of choice. Just before I leave, I want to see... I'm a little bit annoyed that I can't remember the name of the glassmaking island. Murano? No, it's not. I don't think it's Murano. Yeah, but this island is one of the most famous in the world for its glassmaking. Just can't remember the name of it. Let me lower the trim a bit. There we go. So, I wonder if the university's here. I'm going the wrong way. Yeah, so there's a grassy area, so that's where the university and the football stadium... So, yeah, football stadium should be. Just going to do another fly past at St Marco's Square. Because it's St Marco's Square. The funny thing is, of course, this is the second time that I've been to Venice in this series. So yes, that's probably where I'm going to conclude the video. Just flying outside of Venice. Oh yeah, this is what the inside looks like. Also, it looks like I've got a couple warnings. Now you can fly with visual flight rules, which is VFR, like I'm doing, or you can actually use the instruments. But for me, it's just about using visual flight rules. And you can fly to anywhere in the world, of course. So, that's where I'm going to end it. So, now I'm going to pop... Right, actually I'm just going to exit, so a little bit of peace and a little bit of quiet for a second. I do admit this is a long video, but I just want to showcase what this game is actually capable of. But now that I've showcased it, what I'm going to do now is switch back to the gaming wheel to see what we will end up with for the next video. So, now that we've played Microsoft Flight Simulator, like I said, I do recommend that you check it out. It's pretty good. Like I said, if you just get Game Pass, you can download it. Although, actually one slight caveat, the game requires, at the time of recording this video, about a 90 gig download. That has to be done in-game. So, it actually took me nearly 10 hours to download the game. So, yeah, I actually left it on overnight. So, just as a little heads up there. So, let's spin the wheel and see what we will be playing for the next video. Interesting. So, next time, it looks like we will be popping into the world of Grounded. So, this is a little bit of a resources survival game where basically you've shrunk down to the size of an insect and you have to survive the outside world. This should be quite intriguing. I've not tested out Grounded as of recording this video, so yeah. So genuinely, the first time I'll be playing Grounded will be on camera, so that could be interesting. So there has been another one of my Gaming World videos. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you did, then please make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel to know when my newest Gaming World videos will be coming out. I hope you've enjoyed this week's video, and for now, this is SliferKing, signing out.